Hi everyone, it's Julie Will, and this is my AECT Standards project. So while new technology can have a great and positive impact on the way students learn, it can also, if misused, turn into an unproductive and time-wasting tool in the classroom. So the Association for Educational Communications and Technology established a set of standards that act as guidelines for teachers and administrators to utilize technology in instructional design. So how should teachers be using technology? That is what the third standard, utilization, aims at answering. This standard aims at regulating how technology is used in classrooms and throughout the entire schoolhouse. So the utilization standards describe the act of using technology as a resource for learning, describes the decision-making process of implementation based on instructional design specifications, and examines regulations for instructional technology. As a side note, throughout the PowerPoint, I've highlighted in red aspects of Standard 3 that directly relate to instructional technology, and look at why instructional technology needs to be monitored and regulated throughout the school. I specifically chose Standard 3.3, Implementation and Institutionalization. It describes standards in which educators are expected to use technology in a way that actively engages and promotes learning. New and incredible technologies seem to pop up almost every day, and Standard 3.3 helps encourage the use of these new technologies, but also to regulate their usage. The AECT standards want new technologies to help kids, not hurt them. Standard 3.3 wants to ensure that the technology is being used in a positive and productive manner. So breaking it down, Standard 3.3 focuses specifically on implementation and institutionalization. Implementation describes the use of instructional materials or strategies in real and not simulated settings. So the purpose of implementation is to facilitate appropriate use of the innovation or the new technology by the individuals in the organization, so by us, the teachers. So it looks at, are teachers really using this innovation? How are they using it? Are they assessing students afterwards to see how well it works? Institutionalization is the continuing and routine use of the instructional innovation or technology throughout the schoolhouse. So the goal of institutionalization is to integrate this new technology within the existing curriculum. So it looks at, are teachers continuing to use it? Are teachers using it throughout the entire schoolhouse? Are they running professional developments on these new technologies? Are we teaching new teachers how to use them, etc.? So Standard 3.3 aligns with daily educational practices. Educators are asked to make decisions about the best methods each day when they plan a lesson. Implementation and institutionalization standards ask teachers to not only incorporate these new innovations into a lesson, but to also assess performance after the lesson and make changes based on the results. So a lot of the same things teachers do on a day-to-day basis, just more so focusing on the technology aspect of their lesson. So again, to summarize, we all use technology each and every day in the classroom, and Standard 3.3 wants to ensure that it is used productively. So when we log onto the internet and go onto Kahoot or GoFormative, or we use videos to show the students our smart boards, our document cameras, are we using them in a productive way that promotes learning throughout the schoolhouse? So the reason I chose these 5 indicators is because overall they focus on how teachers are using technology in a way that promotes that learning. So for the first one, it asks us to identify key factors in selecting and using these technologies. So are teachers choosing innovations that will be the most beneficial? For the second one, are we using AECT resources in a variety of learning contexts? So are we using it throughout the day or throughout the week or throughout the unit? And are we using this new innovation over a multitude of subjects? For the third, do teachers use appropriately these instructional materials and strategies in various learning contexts? So again, are we using innovations that work to promote learning? The fourth one, identify and apply standards for the use of instructional technology. Is there someone in administration or a department chair that is setting these boundaries or setting boundaries for the use of this innovation among their teachers and the use in the classroom? Lastly, the big part of 3.410 is the reconsideration of challenged materials and meeting criteria that are consistent with the ethics of this local school district. So are we adjusting the use of the innovations to fit our students and to fit our curriculum? So overall, Standard 3 utilization looks at using technology wisely and appropriately throughout the schoolhouse.